Hey, what's up, everybody? BDL44 coming at you with another video. All right, so I want to talk Lakers right now because I'm feeling really cocky, cocky about my team right now, and it's probably getting me in some trouble. But I just wanted to share that energy with you. First of all, I'm looking at a matchup versus the Suns, and I'm studying the Suns right now for no reason because we don't play them just yet. We're about 2 games away, but I just wanted to see how they're doing since everybody's telling us basically, that the Suns are the team to beat in the Western Conference. I'm like, all right, who they beat? What are they doing? So they've done some good things. KD's keep rounding into form, impressive numbers. Devin Booker is a star, so you know he's going to be great. I think Chris Paul playing well is really, really a key. His numbers and his form looks pretty good right now. But you look at that bench, man, and the production that they're getting from their bench is not a whole lot. They're really leaning on the top heaviness of that team. And while that can get you games in the regular season, when you start getting strategized against and you have to go into that bench, you're going to start getting exposed and you're going to drop games. Now, are they going to expose enough of that bench enough of the time for you to run into problems early on? Probably. It depends. But they may be able to navigate that. But they're going to wear down throughout the playoffs. If they don't get dropped in the first round, that second round series is going to be tough. And by the third round, I have a prediction that they're probably going to run out of gas, man. And unless they can get enough from those bench players, it's going to be incumbent upon the Terrence Rosses and the Josh Okogis and the Landows and all those guys to really take on enough of a load to give KD, Booker, and Chris Paul and Ayton breathers. That's going to be key. Can they line those guys up down there in their second unit in situations where they need to and keep leads? That's going to be my thing. Yeah, can they run it up the score? They're going to run up the score every night. But are they going to keep leads? I have serious concerns about them keeping leads. And can they sustain any injuries? I have very serious concerns about them sustaining injuries. Now, I like Terrence Ross coming off that bench. I think he can hold down a lot of scoring if necessary. If called upon, he can win you a game. Coupled with other players playing well, he can be the difference maker in a lot of situations. But defensively, can I count on him? Can I have the right defensive players on the floor to complement what it is that needs to be done for them, for him to have that type of game and it make that much of a difference? And it's just the question that has to be. Guys are going to just have to step forward on that Phoenix Suns team to make me feel like they can really do that. And the problem is, even if they step forward, if they come up against a Laker bench, if they start running up against our guys, they had better play well, man, because it ain't no way that they're going to actually overcome the talent level of some of the guys that are going to be coming up in these second and third units going up against them, which is why I know they can't keep a lead against us. You may be able to get a lead against the Lakers, but we also have starters that can really come at you hard, real hard. And that's the thing I respect about my team, which is why I'm sitting here like, man, I'm not running from Phoenix. That's not one of the teams on my list that I'm concerned about. In fact, I'm probably targeting them because I don't think they've played enough games together. I don't think KD's healthy enough. I'm not sure Chris Paul's going to stay healthy. And ultimately, it's going to be on Ayton and Booker to be super efficient if for some reason something goes down with them not being healthy. Now, they can win games, but throughout the 7-game series, I'm asking myself a serious question about this matchup with the Phoenix Suns. If I'm Phoenix, who's guarding AD? I like Biyombo. I like Ayton. But that's a tall task when he's playing well. Now, if he's not going to show up and he's not going to, be aggressive or what have you, then there are ways to, just win those matchups. But if he's going for 40 and 38 like he's been doing these last 3 games, I don't like that situation for Phoenix at all, even with KD doing the same thing and Booker being able to do the same thing, because you got to deal with Bron. And even though we don't have a Booker, the rest of the sum of our parts is going to be that. That's the problem. You got to deal with Austin Reeves, Dennis Schroeder, Hachimura if he's playing at a high level, Vanderbilt and the various things that he does, which don't cater to scoring but will contribute to the overall fullness of what we're bringing to you. And I just look at my team and I know that we're as good as Phoenix. And because we have more coming at Phoenix than what they can throw at us from different angles and more depth, I like us in a series against Phoenix. And that's what I'm trying to express to people. I don't know that we're better than them, but we are as good as them. There's no question in my mind. We are as good as them. The question is the top heaviness of their stars going to overcome the top heaviness of our stars coupled with our bench, for which they do not have? And my thing is, that's LeBron James right there, dude. Yeah, that's Kevin Durant. Yeah, that's Devin Booker. But that's LeBron James and Anthony Davis. You got to see them for sure. And they've won a championship. Where's yours? Is what I say to Devin Booker and KD together. It's like, y'all got to prove that. And without the bench, I mean, come on. Where's your Austin Reeves? Like, what if he steps forward and decides he wants to be a star in this series? You know what I'm saying? Now you got him trying to match some of what Devin Booker's throwing at you. Look at D'Angelo Russell. Are you sure D'Angelo Russell ain't going to step forward in that series? Are you sure he ain't going to be dropping 35 and 40 points himself? You're not. You're absolutely not. And that's why I'm like, look, Phoenix is nice, but I don't know if the campaigns and the Landals and the rain rights are going to be able to see the Laker bench. I'm telling y'all right now, they're not. They're going to have to keep KD on the floor for 48 minutes. And how many games is supposed to be happening while they going up against AD and Vanderbilt? You know Vanderbilt's going to wear KD down. You know damn well he's going to wear him down. You saw what happened to him last year when he had to deal with the Boston Celtics. They ran that boy all over this court, man. You think AD, Vanderbilt, and Wenyen Gabriel ain't going to do the same thing to KD? Come on, man. He gonna be dealing with it. Yeah, he going to get his points. We're going to have to shoot a lot of shots to get him. And look, if the Lakers play defense the way they're capable of doing it, Devin Booker's going to have a hard night too. He's definitely going to have a hard night. And so that's what it really comes down to. I know my team. I know what we can do. And I know that Phoenix doesn't know their team because they just put something together and they're hoping it works out. They don't know each other. And most importantly, that bench is not up to par, man. So for all of those who are fearing Phoenix, as long as they can keep Devin Booker and KD on the floor for 48 minutes, they'll be fine. As long as Ayton can stay out of foul trouble, they'll be fine. But if any of that doesn't stay in place, they're going to be leaning a whole lot on some guys to score a lot of buckets. And they're going to be dealing with a lot of defense if they play with the Lakers. And a lot of offense. And a lot of LeBron. A lot of LeBron James. And that's the thing. KD has gotten the best of him a lot of the times. But he don't have a better team than LeBron this time. This ain't the Golden State Warriors, bro. You got to deal with us. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I got to say to the Phoenix Suns and KD. He knows that. He understands that. I think media want to hype up his team, but I'm telling you, the Phoenix Suns are a 2 or 3 year project. They got KD on for multiple years. They got Booker on for multiple years. So they don't necessarily have to win it right now. They'll go after it, but it's not like they have the pieces that they're about to put together, which is why the Lakers need to beat them right now and take advantage of that, because I do think they got a good chance of getting better. But like right now, this season, yeah, they're strong, but they ain't strong as they need to be. They're more like the Brooklyn Nets than they are like the Boston Celtics or something like that. I'm telling you that right now. You know, it's not as bad as it is in Dallas, but it's not too far from it. Not too far. And so that's what I want people to understand. Is what you got going on is the Phoenix Suns are playing well against talent that's not necessarily full. They played the Denver Nuggets without Jokic. They went up against an OKC Thunder team that's pretty solid. Just won that game. And several other matchups like that where, you know, guys were missing and things like that. So a lot of the wins that they had didn't have KD a part of them, which is impressive, but doesn't make for the fullness of what they're going to be now. So it's like they're on a winning streak, but it's kind of skewed by certain things. You know, the first game KD came back, his numbers weren't really there. He wasn't as impactful as you would think he would be. And, of course, he has to work his way back into function. So they're new. They don't know each other. He's barely played, 2 home games with this team. They do not want to see the Los Angeles Lakers in the first round. They don't. And I'm just letting people know that right now. So let's just make that very clear. I don't take lightly what they bring to the table. The combination of Ayton and Booker can still withstand a lot if they're playing extremely well, and they can. But they don't have as much as the Lakers do as a whole. They just don't. They don't have as much. And Anthony Davis is someone that they just are not going to be able to guard, man. At the end of the day, he's going to be able to do whatever he wants on those bigs, and they just got to deal with it. And so hopefully he shows up with an aggressiveness that mirrors what we've been seeing so that he can back this up instead of showing up as 8-point Anthony Davis, for which he would leave the Lakers vulnerable to be beaten by pretty much anybody, let alone the Phoenix Suns. So that's what I got to say about that Phoenix matchup, man. I just wanted people to understand where my head's at because, honestly, I don't fear the damn Suns, man. Not yet. Not yet. Now, if they keep building and add something to it, for which is possible, or if these kids that they got step forward, some of the players that they have step forward and play better, then of course but again, kids is the word. How many of those do they have? How many young players do you see on that bench? I mean, really, they don't have many young pieces. They got tweeners. You look at Baisley. He's a guy who's been in the league for a couple years. Like I said, Wainwright, he's a pretty young player. Who's back there, man? Like, you start talking about that team, Torrey Craig. How young do you think these guys are? I mean, looking at who else is this guy's, man? I got a name in my head, but it's not coming to mind. But Landry Shamet, I mean, you know what I'm saying? He's cool, but like Campaign, he can step forward, maybe. So most of the time, he's sometimey. It's like, are these dudes really better? Like, honestly, better than the Lakers? BDL 44. I thank you all for watching.